Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you what my work setup looks like overall and why it's actually set up in this particular manner. This setup has actually helped me to enhance my productivity, and I'm going to be showing you how and why I made the decisions to have this work setup. Okay, so the very first thing I have on my table is the work file. Okay, so yes, I know that I can actually use all of the documentations on my PC to actually work and all, but I actually see the value of getting my fresh ideas on paper and just writing things on sheet of paper in terms of ideating very quickly to get in the very first initial draft of ideas right out there. So I have this file where I have these documents, and I can quickly write down a couple of ideas and jot down some fresh concepts that comes to my mind while I'm actually working. Okay, so on very close to the file is actually where I have my timer. I actually use this Pomodoro timer. The app I use currently right now is actually an app called Focus To Do. You can actually use this app to manage virtually each and every one of your life, professional or whatever the case may actually be. You actually have a timer for you to see, or the way I actually structured mine out is you can actually be able to see where you spend majority of your time, where your time is actually focused, what it's actually used playing games or working on business or working on a concept or whatever the case may actually be. I structured this in a way that I can be able to keep track of where I spend my time majority of the time, and actually structure this in a way that I can actually be able to work for a certain period of time, and then aside from that I can rest for a certain period of time, and then I can get back to work, right? So I'm not really working too much that I get to burn out eventually. Okay, just very right next to the Pomodoro timer, the Focus To Do timer, yes, I also have my Notion app. All right, this is a very remarkable app, guys. All right, I actually use this app overall to more or less plan every aspect of my life. Okay, it is really a very remarkable app. All right, and the way I actually structured this, all right, I've structured this in a way that I can keep track of all of the projects that I'm working on. So what I do is I visualize all aspects of my life as a project, right? Whether it's actually traveling, whether it's game, whether it's even watching a movie, whatever it is that it is, professional career and the whole rest of that, I actually view it as a project. Okay, so in each of those projects, in each and every one of those aspects of my life, I have objectives of things I want to achieve. All right, and in breaking that even further, I have tasks to achieve those objectives, and those objectives to achieve the overall project and the overall a goal that I've actually set for myself initially. So I've actually structured the Pomodoro timer to actually mirror each of the projects that I have on my Notion app. Yeah, so while I'm actually working on any of the projects, I turn on the timer for that project, and overall I can be able to monitor that holistically. Right next up to this is where I spend majority of my time. This is actually my monitor setup. All right, and on this aspect of the screen, okay, I think I'm going to pause right now to actually mention that the reason why I set this up in this particular manner is I actually use this to take notes and scribble and just save some couple of documents and stuff and the whole rest of that. All right, that I don't need to focus on while I'm working directly. Okay, so on this aspect of the screen, this is actually where I leave all of my chats, all of the things I don't need to focus. I read my emails on the screen, so things I don't need to focus on directly while I'm working. Okay, so that all of my attention is all focused on these screens right here on the left. Okay, so these are my my Dell curl screens. These are really awesome, are really wonderful. Joining them together actually gives a curl OLED display or thereabout. Yeah, I don't really know if this is going to be helpful, but when I join this together, there was a light right there in the middle of the screen. All right, during the daytime it was seeming like there was actually a break, so I used the slow tape to cover it behind the screen. Okay, and that was really, it gave that illusion of there's actually a continuous screen overall. I really like that my table and my desk is all cleared. Okay, I don't really have to focus so very much on a whole lot of different messy stuff on my decks. I like my decks being all clean and all neat, so that I can be able to focus on the tasks that I'm working on at hand and work very, very effectively. Coming right up is actually my webcam. All right, this is actually the all-key webcam. Really, really cool, very, very wonderful webcam. I've actually been using this for over 3 years right now, and the HD quality of this is really, really very awesome. And I highly recommend this if you really want to get a very affordable webcam for your Zoom calls, video calls, gaming or streaming or whatever the case may actually be. Right next to the webcam, I have my literal glow from Logitech. All right, I use this whenever I want to have meetings. All right, it turns on automatically, guys. This is mind-blowing, really. Yeah, when I was researching on this at first, I was more or less like, oh, should I get this or should I not get this? But this is it's definitely, it's pricey, all right, in terms compared to other lights webcam that you have out there, all right, compared to those as well. But overall, it's really worth it, and I'm really very glad that I got this light for my webcam overall, especially during winter periods when it's all dark and then you have to go into a meeting. You turn this on and then overall it actually gives this professional look, and it has this very warm feeling that it doesn't stress on your eyes so very much, and you can actually be able to use this light for long hours and long period of time if you're like me, sitting out meeting for about 2-3 hours or thereabout. I have my Logitech mouse, okay, and my Logitech keyboard, and it's all synced together, and I actually use the Logitech software to control all of these. All right, I really love this keyboard in the sense that I can be able to move away from the screen, all right, and work a little bit farther away off, right? And this is really, really remarkable. So on the extreme left is where I have my speakers and my notebooks and my mini library, if you may call it that. Yes, I'm looking forward to expanding my book collection over time and expand and grow my knowledge holistically. Yes. I would also like to mention that yes, that table is I can't remember the specifications for the table right now, but I'm also going to leave that in the description below. Okay, it's actually an extensible table, all right, so that while you're working you can be able to sit down or stand up or whatever the case may be and work in terms of presentation, in terms of whatever the issue is that you're trying to present for. All right, you can actually stand up and work while working after a certain period of time. Yes, my wires at the back is quite messy. Yes, I'm very, very aware of that. I'm going to set that up over this weekend. I got this new cable extension and I'm testing that overall. Yeah, this extension cable right there, and I really had to go through this and reconfigure that overall, and that is why my wire management is not really in place at this moment. But I think it's quite very valuable to mention my microphone stand. This is actually from Kaiju. I can't really pronounce that in Chinese. I will leave the link in the description section below. This microphone stand, it's really very, very remarkable, and the way it's actually structured is I can actually be able to fold it so that it almost disappears, right? And I don't really have my microphone attached to it because I don't really like the limitation it places when I'm trying to screw my mic to use my mouse, and also when I'm using my mic, it tends to like block an aspect of the screen, and I don't really like that holistically. So what I try to do is I take it off when I'm not working, and then I place the microphone stand, okay, in that particular manner. Placing it this way actually tends to, like, you know, takes up a little bit of space, okay, and then there's actually an illusion of more or less like a blockage right there. So I place it in this manner, all right, so it seems to take less space, and then I can move seamlessly from this screen on to the next. All right, it's also very beneficial to mention my mood light. I think after this I'm going to turn this light off to actually show you what the mood light is, what it looks like when I'm working at night. All right, I really like this this red mood light. All right, also I'm going to try to leave a link in the description as well on where I got the mood light, and overall you can actually try that out, guys. It's really helpful in setting the mood and atmosphere when you're working and when you're trying to, you know, set up your work environment holistically to give you that right mood that you can lock in and focus. Yes, so that's all on my desktop. Coming right down here, all right, I have my Epson printer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just found this valuable to actually mention this. Overall, I actually have my Epson printer. It's really very helpful, right? In the sense that whenever I need to make some very quick print and send, or scan and print, and whatever the situation may actually be, right? I just use my printer to actually do that holistically. All right, send document across, scan, print, and do whatever I need to do, so as not to really spend so much time deliberating on that. So the last but not the least is my ergonomic work chair. Oh my god, this chair has literally saved my life. My back is thankful to this chair as well. You know, sometimes when you actually sit down on this particular spot working for a long period of time, yeah, it actually hurts your back, and then overall you begin to develop back pain, and this back pain more or less like tends to affect your overall health and stuff. It's quite pricey, but it's definitely worth the money. So it has this extension right here. I'm trying to keep it steady where I can be able to show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. You can extend this backwards, all right, so that your spine has that very good cushioning whenever it is that you're working. You can actually adjust the headrest whichever way you seem fit. All right, you can also extend this. I don't really want to pull that up. It's actually quite very sturdy as well. All right, you can extend the headrest back and forward by pulling this lever right there. So overall the chair is really very good and easy to configure to your taste and to how you really want your setup to actually be holistically. It's really very tiny, but it's very beneficial to actually mention this this mini table that you can more or less like take away, you can attach to your chair, all right, and then move away from your monitor to actually work a little bit distance from your monitor, right? It really gives you that flexibility that you can be able to shift away a little bit from your monitor to actually stay to work from there. Yeah, it actually has a coffee holder, it has a spot where you can hold your phone, place your pen, and also you can hang your laptop right there while you work. How cool is that, guys? This is really very cool. It also has the feature that you can bring out your leg rest, okay, right there, so you can literally just lean back. All right, you can lean back, relax, and work holistically. So how I use this at first is, okay, I raise my monitor, all right, to a certain height, so I'm looking up to it, and then I lean the backrest backwards so that my neck is actually looking upwards. I doubt I can be able to show this to you, but let me give it a try. I can be able to place my mouse and my monitor on this part of the screen so that I can focus holistically to get into work and sort whatever issue it is that I'm trying to solve and figure out overall. This is really very good for your back, because now my back actually has this curve right there where this can more or less like sit. You can adjust this according to what's comfortable for you, okay, overall, and you can actually configure this just however you seem fit. That is really why I love the chair. So actually, in a nutshell, guys, this is actually what my setup looks like, all right, and this is actually what has overall helped me increase my productivity. I didn't really spend a whole lot of money to actualize or come up to this current stage right now, but this has really helped me enhance my productivity in terms of creating value out there in the market. Aside from this, I'm going to be making a video on how to actually structure things out on Notion, also how to use the focus to do a Pomodoro timer, and actually also how to make videos and create content on Canva, on using CapCut, using Figma. Yeah, specifically I'm actually a software designer, but just at the end of this I actually also work on using these tools, and I think it is actually going to be very beneficial to show you how I'm able to use this to achieve some of the results I've been able to actualize.